जब कुछ समझ में ना आए तो पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दो। Your place in the 20 principle. Your understanding the core controlling your understanding the controlling wonderful of this and understanding the happiness of the content behavior valuing for the most people and will be more into the community for the possible and the short of the this and organizing and the they tickle the triggers and network is a more and less scales of this and the first increasing the prevalent to elect and the reduction of qualification of position and this and the way of the procedure of the that was the work of the within the hacking on and for the first one is it is headed to the mind going require that is description and require because it is existing around to the mind suddenly closer to our friends and our colleagues and this answer the excellent it is the this is experience and this is the mindset and this is the financial evidence of the emotions that develop and the magic of this and the reasonable ethical manipulative through the function of passion and the inside of this inside and join into the high and defining this integrate the corporate and the 2019 future of the observations and the 20% of this and dynasty and this is the liability and the variables and the words of the imagination and this is the keeping to the selective and the person shorts and the sides and the 5% of the potential that discovers and dedicating and researching and the only the work network the 17 chapters are the belong to the network through the working and the progress and the digital and this then going to the future essential and need to be this kind of positive feedback and getting more famous and rich and leading to compassionate and the virtual the monopolist and the skilled specialist specifically futures and rather than ahead of the lesson experience and the network to exist exploring the network still and the coordination of this will be the gathering of the most of the higher languages and this is only the work in the network of business and it will be harder and start and nothing of the easily in a margin and this is the hard set to every ghost and the choice the simple size of a high growing in the network business and could be choose for the establish and winner emerge and global exercise books over and this and drivers and that ahead of the office that would be the smart and will be arrive at the part of the 20 at having a much fun and best going to business and joining to that the just and start to the growth and to be establish and following in the parallel in others life and positive feedback and sure as much as you start of the college situations and you go to along with nobody had but the I am doing the excellent rate then the best of the learning and I is less in the staff for the money and I have a company and that I have found that the employed investment and a simple and growth inclusion systemly and running to the company and belonging to the first and automatically and growing and that but 30% of this annual and making to the top of this company and this is the growth of making efficient part of work stream and that the experience of understanding of the understanding of the always and exactly and double and skills and each and every day and this heavily increasing in a value 30% of the ideas where employ at least double each which is only the 4 and the 20% of this. It is the 20% you are exercising. You are the consciously following the principle of that you should be only work for an 20% boss. That the focus of the 5 and one of that and making to the big difference and there is the customers and if you are still and have there is the boss of the hopefully temporary agreement and that is the boss of the investment and concentrating by the boss and there are the going place and there really short to the time of never to the first aid and this and the usual exercise which is a workaholic and they looking for that the valuable top fare and paying to the attention and the looking that the you making the explaining and what is the doing and what efforts less and that the part of the solution and the greatest the deliveries and what on the focus on to the you have engaging there and the way effectively is and more in in potent imagine something and doing all the unimportant and something and doing the stop either you that state that don't you when you critical constructively are but the result getting to dividing and you when that you are the person of this but we need to be when you are to coming you are the encouraging and the allowing you always that the you have started that when you what is the vital of and the 20% of the boss one that the rolling of that if you are performing well from you are giving to the usual potential and making more and objectively and taking to the something for that the people and reporting us to all the unique and that even the 20% and promoted if you are moving that another son of him and likely to take them anything and away who really successful had to the type of this and the stage of whatever field and whether and that a sport systematically academically whatever and that make it the movement in the feeling to the heart of the movement and eyes and you usually the closer movement than before you are generate your own. If it is the far easier to the spelling and that the going to the left and that it is the creating your own how you did so that you would be the improving initially then the your moving to the not only but you are the large care of the boss doing having the 80-20% 80-20 boss and now if you are the promoter important and your career will be when in the finding your 80-20 ideas and behind your business and the server there are the destructive ideas of way of the customers that are at least 20% different from the any of the largest component total difference and of this the bad behind it is over the customer and unbeatable price and easily to understand unbeatable price and the service of the either and success of the ideas of this and more or less and 20% of the 80-20% is the confident and the business behind the greatest the social movement and have the success and organizing or the institution they are then to the great idea something the less procrastinated deliver to a fantastic result for the testing outlining and understanding that the British imperial and the abolished and several trading and plenty ships and customers in these letters and that the state and 20 several and the fantastic and that reputation pattern and leading to the several institute that the server and that also becovers and that work with the best beside by the ridiculous the infinite seeking economics and systems and goods and benefits and delivered by the cost of the absolutely several and most fantastic and the fantastic and lifetime several rights and moving to the establishing in the South Africa of this apart from also and including that also a traveler and society and strategies joyous and the usual and the best of this and such as the course of equitiously and giving it to the examiner that advantages and not the operating of the obligators and the utilizers and truth tables and not and it make you the better and stable suppositic and benefits and if you are giving me the most every strategic career and if you are the getting an advantages and customers and criticizing the richest part of this and relevant subsequent is and energy to find fantastic resources the hint in the become the joyful and successfully unique that 20 futures had the place of the people of the pages and this and circulars and the role have that the whole of this and that doing the future of the at this network and ridiculously out and from this and this is now the outlook of the organization of something doing the whether the living to the student question landscapes and outstanding armies and with the essentially and there are no template individually should be and the boy good boy industrial psychology outside in its the creative future individually in themselves and the others best and inventable their templates with why do what become the same and what is become the what do doing the different and the what analyzing the to their the nothing and this analyze and advise and formulate the Olympiad journal and having the goods and they are doing that the most of the reading and books and books and preach the ununiqueness and the individually I am still and doing getting the struggle. I am not sure that I have I have ideas to establish liberating yet to the contract of the culture and working the hard bit and making that the future requires and that during that individuals and 20% and that towards the heart for the comfortable this messy and the compromise and that all the others and the decided dissident that doing to employ and that turning train for showing to instead the 20% of the reward in a unique introvert and however the individual and the enough if it is and we could be the initiation about the valuable something a process such the right of this and interest at least pause posthumously when posthumously and the goals punishings and the lifetimes and the almost nobody and the showing to the future of the car marks and the involving and the boost and such and the creating the greatest result for the master energy and easily about the energy and we so higher and need to qualify and we have all the experience and work in the arts and jobs in the project and this I enjoy so much that will be life and energy and nothing else and it to dreams such as a creative and it is drain as the controlling to religions and optimizing I had job like and the boss consult and the group and I stay at this qualify and belong to the painful and in my last 20 years and the nerval and honesty and me. Yes, told me after the long, the painful, and in the last in 20 at least the nearly destroy me and against and all we enjoy for working on the project and looking for in the well of doing and where we would to glide and doing free if we would be affordable and we would be along to it is a say to level and that it is a brain and if life initially and energy so that the nearly like we must and always to despite and that the thinking shorts and supplying to the energy and this is something completely different and it is joyful so when we are to the energy and likely to for the doing anything and duplicating and joy if doing add all this energy moment and the energy and of the marvelous what we taking and love and which is another people and relief appreciating the willing of the appreciating the willing of the either in or in ambitions or the love and needed to the combination of these of things and we can we because we cannot live by money and along or the love and initially we are living to a broadable people and the simply and that the hand of this and give the persuade and life but we generating the joy of the doing the depleted valuable fanatic resource in the lifetime and required the other hand to the progressive and maybe to energy to basic really that the awareness of this and taking your subconscious mind and the awareness of this and day at least and be stable across the breath taking the 20-80% and take breath taking the four and mule and for life allow a span to doing but we are likely to be thinking over this and keeping the search of keeping the motions and from in this and you are becoming the unique usefully and joyfully vada usefully and joyfully and making to the better of this collective and individually attend result and the fantastic for the customer and those around us. We what we then we make you the result and it is the challenging to the convicals and that the future of the positive of the life and the societies and the cultivatively different from the better than the order of industrial and social and it is the replace and the huge reliant and creative and that life and little doing that the unique and mindset and so the descriptions of this individually and beat and more or less and joyful and through the unique light and wonderful quite snugly and personally yet to be the surprise per million sensory 5 parts. Principle 5. Face recovery. The diminishing the principle. The diminishing the principle. One of the past 10 years, I have dedicated the receiving many living good. Thank you, bro. The human derivative and employing the readings of the first edition of this book and the equally important and in the way of the evening stimulating and we have reviewed the best of imagination. There are the cultivative currently 70 review and the economics and Amazons and the emails and reviewing to the lead and furnishing the insights to into the way and principle of the particular relationship and to the dimension affectionation efficacious and enhancement something and reviewing to highly critical and proof and the principle and this is challenging using and the critical situation question and become to write and thus and the principle life and all that it is the 20% essential. I wish become this and later in the chapter 2 and the story of the inspiring and the most of the readers and the usually in the principle is working for more money and both account and we were the principle of focusing readers on what we truly important to lives. My favorite story comes from a 20 year old candidates and happily married with three wonderful kids and merely dreamily as I will call him to the need remember anyone that I was changing anything and the parts and hard to successfully and the caring to education and currently CEO and generally focused to distract the three and he was diagnosed and the having to the viability and the learning to disability and he told me I was a hard a pill of slow and that I was spending that the and spending that the searching of this and picking of the going to the dust and look for the piece of the paper and that right and the front of the maybe in the heart of realizing just now and true and diagnosis and is how I am trying to find a way to support and children and especially when need to the part of my work and the wonderfully I have the special need. I have the special need. I have the special need. I wish at Allah at discovery and this teaching you believe and leading you something because I have the principle of my thinking and teaching and better me and delegating that the 20% of rule and would be to the end of this and nominating and the leaderships and overview I received a 90% and getting and the emotionally and this caring to leading and the authentically also the necessity and the realizing the 20% of being reasons and successfully and the 80% of help you to learning the different and the 20% of and doing the distance and the futures of moving living the prevention by showing others and people like that I really am denied and that fighting and moving to articles and called the finding the power of the weakness and edit one day and novel way the essential novel way to essentially have what we are the and weakness or the part for to us and can you really to strong and sit more and potential partly and because of have you partly because we realize the gap of the between our weakness or the other people to stranger and we appreciate and to how to dependency of your others and people in the return of the star and help you to them and with the streaming and this them and that we have to the dynamicing making and the happiness of the reduce and the cut off for the strength of those those have the readers and insight the readers of insights. I'd like to pass and log do the best of the amazing and order to the starring into the principal first and commit for the scenes and all heels and in the US and 20% of the compilation water and need to be emerald and this and the champion and mercy and pure stand to the achieving and 20% of writing and the research and hearing and be a dispassionate the 80% of the lowest priority shift and using the answer of this require the postcard and leading to the enthusiasm and willing getting that the impossible for the reading to manuscript of the writing or the book and the order to any kind and the traditions and work and literally see literacy contracts and giving to interviewing to the contact and additional and answer develop speech and part of this courageous and answering to the contribute the part of the simultaneous learning and that the contribute the manuscript the copies of this library and that the structure of the following that we use to the hard super personal information about him and the supplying and paragraph of the him and supplying options and literacy of the others object and many Michael could be for used on the professional life. I did not that I did and the 80% analyzing for the income generate activities as I the switch writer and the fundraise and thus finding that the previous years and I have the 80% of the income and 20% of my 20% of 50% of the I have given always to dedicate and 80% of this and generate the 11% of income and shared to be 70% of my time and doing that the highly productive and this and the doubles incomes and that I wrote a highly take the emails and generate and find them to client and dedicate to extraordinary and values of book, and I would be the fundings, and this is the 20 hard to purchase and send the money, send the message, and 27777 people by किस्त के लिए पैसे ये बता दे the 38 of that the board that the book all said that they had to the promoting and the achieving to the present and making to the board of the cash of for your book and terms and changing your new insights, and I benefit used to that reading to reflecting applying to 80% rule and imagine the benefits of having a 20% of the communicate the business and community and 20% of this earth and making two individual and wonderful and life two woods and a wife and majority essentials and waiting for this and highlighting the something discipline to reevaluating the willing of the most of the revenues and by the happiness and this and the past the books and the toxic discs and 20% of the cholesterol and the demands the goods of the flying and load the layering of the flips and writing this and this is the art of working and the best and 20% of this only in the rest the good great James Collins has the chapter 4 that the edge and the stop that the shipping appreciate that appreciate that the seeming appreciation that the terribly and has been especially in this sense. This is the concept of digital tools and the urban mathematical context. And it is started with a long concept and the library and the program and the physical but is the principal use. What is the principal use? Principal use and add the operating consistency to the before. Principal reality and comparison and the recommendation of novelty the school distributed the application of the previous side of the examples and the person manufacturer of the mark and child culture and tax and the increase in case the characters and the positive and the person that is in the principles there where total the appreciate and 20% of the science support the science and the demand to the applicants and the student making to the high incomes and appreciating the fact that the platform for the kind of new age realizing this and really unlikely to be visible for the heavily education direction and I was starting to this and applying to the more realizing the making the sense, realizing the yes, the perfect yes, is the perfect sense, like the perfect the idea of certain just see the 20% like this for the lifestyle and basic concept of the purpose and enjoying the important and living on this the more important than thinking to the life and see the most easy explanation of how we can achieve this and the James reviewing and saying that I reading this book almost a year ago applied to the other theory of this kind of companies I was working for the management but at my work hours at 20% of the still running or the 60 and we was working time to time to the time of the creative of the of life function this and the plan of the efforts and this is the more into the communication this way I just apply to the famous and this situation and I'm really studies and exercising with helping something easier and make it so That time this is the child of the sun of 20% time increasing the child focus and moving to the outward that is also able to the another class able to the questions and the principle should be the private and I will sure that the meaning of the writing in episode for the time by the providing in this in the area of specifically potential relationship community has no principle. This is the should be life and bound and the refuge and would be enough easier that 3 is the principal item and lowest time. This is the time to oh my god. That time the each is your child out of the reading and the psychology the child to move to that the approach of you will be able to work in our class review questions and principles should be applied to the private and that I am sure that the amazing and the program and that the plan is in this area specifically a personal relationship connected specifically this and the plan should be that the all reviewing that kind of enough in saying that there's an principle hidden and that the stay of this important principle appreciate the principle that the worth and doing the ignoring and the principle of staff and second and reviewing the providing and as per evolutions and all this regard the social relative business and see the rest of the exploiting the 20% of theory and success being the generally and well some of what we are sugar making the science of clearing the science to get the progressively weakly and successfully isn't the 80% of the essential to isn't the 80% of the essential truth. The second of the major criticism when the concern of it is a realistic or the even the last is disruptible to get rid of the 20% of activities that yet to be rejected. In the case of the countries of Swiss and China, saying to the governments Lincoln solving problem the most equivalent and critical laws and customs are the still and Amazon still it is that Amazon excellent and that is the 20% of this become that is the receiver of this ignorance and this is the areas of the study and potential something of the vocational and this is the first of this and the important of this by the in China and 20% of the 20% of the 20% of this and the being to this authority and the questions and this is the analyzing that which are the 20% or the 80% of the person and the concern the 20% I will be using to get and this is not trying to enjoy the 20% of activities and realizing the 80% of the activities and enthusiasm and advancing this is the question in the job to the guide and about okay. This is almost finished. Is my opinion. Simply phrasing the honeymoon of the graduation and steps and out of your drops and the more like a side with the program that is the principle of magic and done it with the guru and appreciate and for the element of the 80% of sex pleasure drives more 20% of the between more complex of probably the should be a drops and for creative altogether the Consequently, this is the important of this and activities and ensuring meeting this and this as relations with business and the society and making the products for the country and the partnerships and making the profitability of this and the right of this area. This is the part of this. Human being and agitate and close and providing in this fourth controlling on the power of the universe and the power of the cutting. This is the relationship and this is the function of this concept and finishing the exercise and finishing the inflation the happiness and external this and the consider this in the diagnosis and the definition of this we can start with the financial and this and the capital of the report and the reproduction of the future and following the amazing and the creating the this appointment disappointment values and 20% and should be using and this is the problem otherwise and this application of this finish. The principle and the deciding this and this is the sekali ya, tapi sekarang I have finished this book and I'm going to start something else. Like I have two books in advance. First is this Zero Limit, and second is